Hello, beautiful souls. Hello. Okay, so my friend Joshua suggested that I should do a video. He said a live, but whatever, it doesn't matter. A video on how to make a crystal grid. And so I thought I would do that. I think I have enough pieces here that I can get started. So I think I was telling people that I finally made a crystal grid to go underneath my bed because I was tired of being attacked at night. Just like I said, it's not really a big deal because it can all be undone, but it is a pain in the butt, right? I don't like waking up in fear, right? With all of these negative thought form entities that try to come in. So if I can set the intention and place a grid, at least for me, under my bed, it doesn't have to be there. When you, I know that I learned about crystal grids for the first time in my Reiki master class, and we made a grid and we activated the grid and let it hang out there. I think it was a 3-day deal for that particular one, but it could be for anything. And what's so cool about grids is that, you can choose crystals for a specific purpose and other crystals that amplify that. And then you set your intentions. And my friend Joshua, the conscious dreamer, he's better at a lot of crystal things than I am. I mean, he's my brother from another mother. But I get intuitive knowing of what to put in. I'm not saying he doesn't, but he programs crystals to do certain things. I can do the same. I just do whatever is coming in for me to do. And I do know the properties of crystals and whatnot. So I'm going to make a quick little grid here to show you guys how it works. And so you guys can practice at home. Now, here's one of my trays that was out in the full moon. And I could use, something broke. Yeah, my kid's messing with my crystals. But anyway, so I like to start out with a foundational piece first. And are we going to do protection? Yeah, let's do a psychic protection. All right, so I'm going to choose, this is a smoky quartz. And let me tell you what, you can use any, crystal for protection. I would avoid obsidian right now. I don't know why I'm saying that, but that's the truth. Anyway, so I'll put that in the center of my grid and I will, let it know that it's going to be the centerpiece for this protection grid for my entire house. So I would probably put this in the center of the house. And then I have a whole bunch of crystals that I just bought, mainly for gridding. Oh, how many of these do I have? And so, I'll just put some out here and for various different purposes. So, I think I'm not going to use my biggins. So I have selenite. I love using selenite and clear quartz in these because it amplifies. Ooh, hello. That'll hurt if that gets in my foot. Hold on. Don't want this little pieces of selenite. So typically I would use, under my bed, I have a ginormous smoky quartz cluster. But, you can go off of the sides like this. Like so, right? Ooh, that feels good. All right, yep. And I'm feeling like I'm gonna do some little outward. Okay, yeah, points. Boom, boom. I might have to change something. So I just do, this is really an intuitive process. Right? right? So you see what I got going on now? I have smoky, I have selenite, I have, these are small ones, but I could use big ones if I wanted to. Some clear quartz as an amplifier. And then I'm feeling, no, okay. Okay, so black kyanite is one of my favorites. It helps with psychic protection, among other things. So, I mean, I just buy bunches of this. If you can get some at a store, but you know, if you can get it at a reasonable rate, do it. You know, all of these pieces that are very, I mean, your basics, I would say. So I have black kyanite, that feels balanced. Ooh, this one feels like it's too big. All right, we'll try that out. Next. Nope. Okay. Okay, we're gonna use a little rainbow fluorite. Thank you so much for hanging out here on my grid. Oh, wow, okay. All right, so there are some rough pieces of rainbow fluorite hanging out. So typically, tiger's eye is another great one, right? So I feel like I'm gonna put some tiger's eye in this grid. Interesting, okay. And it wants to go here. And I also have some lapis. And, you know, you can use whatever. You don't have to use this many different kinds of stones. That's fine. You could just be with a smoky quartz with regular quartz, or you can use a shungite, which I don't have a shungite right here in front of me. You could also use a labradorite, which is also another protective stone, which is great. And I also don't have any labradorite in front of me. It's in the other room. You could use an amethyst if you were going to make a healing grid. All right, where was I? Before I start talking here. All right. I got some lapis coming in, and it doesn't really matter. I mean, you'll just intuitively know where it wants to go. Okay. And then I feel like it needs something to kind of lighten it up a little bit, but that's also very powerful. And so I'm going to put some citrine in this one. And you could use anything, really. I mean, whatever it calls. Woo, hello. That one wants to go right there. That one jumped. So I think what I'm going to do for this particular grid, and I have a lot of citrine here, so I'm going to do this for some reason. So what we have is we have all of these things. Oh, is that real? That doesn't even feel real. Okay, so there we go. We have, this is set now. Maddie is upstairs. All right, so we're gonna set our intention and we're gonna activate it with our intention. Thank you so much for serving me in this way. I'm asking you all to help me with protecting my house, keeping negative energy, psychic attacks out. That's it. And then I usually do a little gratitude thing. because I am very grateful that they are here to serve me in this way. And then, so I will leave this up for however long I feel like it's still active. I could set the intention right now that, this will be active for 1 week. And that feels like that's going to be fine. Yep, that'll be fine. And so then what I would do is I would take all of these and I would cleanse them. You can either put them in salt, right? You could run them under water. Now, not all crystals can go in salt and not all crystals can go underwater. So you do need to know a little bit about the crystals, at least that you're using. What I have been known to do is I have a big bag full of salt, and I will put crystals in there. And the ones that are finicky about salt or that will discolor, then I can put those inside of a baggie, inside of the salt to keep them protected, but still cleanse. That is my preferred method after you use them in a crystal grid, but I'd love to hear your guys' ideas if you have different ideas, but that's usually how I cleanse after using them in a crystal grid. Yeah, so you can set the intention for anything you want. You could have a healing grid. Say you have a family member that is, having surgery or is sick. Set the intention for a healing grid. You would choose crystals based on healing and maybe sending love and comfort. You could set a new moon grid for whatever intention that you are setting. So I would, if it was a new moon grid, it would probably be a little bit different in that it would be mainly power crystals. I have a lot of these. And so if it was like a new moon grid, I would, these things every time I hold them, they're like, whoa. So, I would use more of these like power. Look at that big citrine. Gray, but I would be choosing more for power amplification, put my intention into the grid and have it continuing to resonate and amplify what my intention is. And some of my favorite ones that I have made have to do with like using many different kinds or finishes, sizes and shapes of rose quartz, because that's like one of my favorite stones to use. And so to make a grid out of that, like I know I have tons of these little baby hearts. It's so cute when you make a grid all about love, or maybe a grid about self-love. If you're noticing that you're having a hard time with that at the moment, you can make a grid that helps remind you that I need to love myself. Or that I'm not loving myself. What the heck is going on, right? So set the rose quartz up with maybe some clear quartz, some selenite to boost that. And all of a sudden you got yourself a self-love grid. And here is somebody.
Oh, sorry, Mom.
Anyway, that's my little tidbit on making a crystal grid. And message me if you have any questions.
Yep, message her.
Love you guys.
She's the man. I'm kidding. She's the woman.
Bye.